this is a really good thing. This is the multi-tool attachments. So you buy the power head, and then you can build all your equipment off that power head. For example, edges, hedge cutters, a blower, brush, which is great for synthetics and sweeping up mud and things in different situations. So tell us a little bit about the different attachments, Ronnie, that go onto the power head.
Yeah, so when a franchisee starts, they have a lot of questions, and these are the answers to those questions. So normally a franchisee would get a whippersnipper, a blower, a mower and a hedger, and then they'd have other odd jobs to do. So what we supply is a power head, and what that does is it's a unit that you can attach these to. So very versatile. The edger, for example, will give you very neat edges. And what that does is it helps you preserve whippersnipper line, so very useful for that as well. It also rests on a wheel, so there's less fatigue on your body. Also, we have various hedging attachments. So if you've got a handheld hedger but say can't afford a long type hedger and you have a multi-tool, you can at least buy that to start off with. So for your lower hanging hedges, you can use that. In terms of cleanups as well, we also have the brush attachment. We have a few nurseries that use this type of equipment. So if a franchisee has to, for example, puff up AstroTurf, this is a very good brush to do it. So a lot of real estate agents, when they sell properties, like the AstroTurf buffed up. So this would be perfect for that. If you've got a bit of a mess with water or mud, or have to clean a client's driveway with sludge, use something like that. So what it really does is...
So if you're doing small landscape jobs, or laying turf, and you've got that the soil left over that's got stuck from being on top of the pallet, great idea to clean it up. Really good for presentation.
Another one I want to mention is the pump. So you can attach that to the multi-tool. So if you have to move some water out of a hole in a golf course, for example, or in a drain or wherever.
Fixing up a pond.
Yep,
replacing
that in
the
there,
pump in a pond.
Onto our multi-tool, and there's an outlet pump that will pump it out. So really cost-effective way to remove water without buying a pump and carrying this in your vehicle. Also very compact, so you can fit all of this into the back of a car boot. So that's the advantage of the multi-tool system, is the versatility and the amount of jobs it can do.
The one good thing about this is, as you don't have to buy everything at once. So you just, especially when you're starting, or you decide, 12 months down the track, I wouldn't mind the brush. You can go and buy the brush, or I wouldn't mind buying the pump or the hedge cutters or whatever. I always love this multi-tool attachment brush cutter, because it gives you a second brush cutter. So if you've got a problem with that brush cutter and something goes wrong, or you've got someone else in the truck, in your vehicle, an employee, and you need 2 brush cutters for the day, here you go, you've got it. It's a really cheap way. Instead of buying a full unit, you can use this on your power head. And then you've got the extension pole head attachment, which will use for your hedge cutters. So all of a sudden you've got a lot more reach, whether vertically or horizontally across the top of the hedges. So yeah, that's a really good little attachment. Also breaks it down for storage. You haven't got a long piece of equipment that you have to use.
And in addition, if you need to make it a bit longer, you can fit these on top of each other. So you can get a couple of these to get a longer reach.
Another good attachment is the chainsaw. So all of a sudden you've got a little pole saw. So for those, keeps well within our 4 metres of our insurance. Mm-hmm. So you can use this to cut down those small branches that might be overhanging a gutter, or overhanging a pathway and blocking the pathway. It's a great way of using, again, the power head and a cheap attachment rather than a designated pole saw. So all of a sudden your power head becomes a dozen different pieces of equipment, and good for storage. So you don't have to, and again, you don't have to have all these attachments in your vehicle or your trailer on one given day. You look at the start of the day, what have I got to do today? And you pick up the attachment and you go, right, I'll take these attachments today. For example, you're not using this every day, but for specific jobs, you pick it up, take it out. Mm-hmm. They're great. These sweepers are absolutely fantastic for that synthetic, using on synthetic. And I remember we were great for moving sand off a synthetic. So if you've got playgrounds and kindergartens or childcare centres, schools where there's synthetic around the sand pits, it gets all that sand back in really good and fluffs it all the synthetic up. Looks fantastic.
Yeah, and also what really helps is you have franchisees who are a bit nervous about having chainsaws, so just start off with one of these. They're the chain's far out of reach, so don't need to worry about anything.
This is 1200 mil basically from you. Yep. So it's a lot safer if you're a little bit nervous with chainsaws. But again, always, if you're nervous with chainsaws, great idea to do a course and using chainsaws. Use the correct PPE.